Playboy, you made that beat.
We are back at it again. It's your boy E. Tally. We are High School Hoops Talk with the Talking Heads. Again, I am E. Tally with.
This is Mike Daniel Jr., Alamo City All-Star Sportsplex, proud supporter of Super Sports Media.
And we in the building. Great weekend.
We are in the building.
Great 2 days into the week of high school basketball. Great game of the week. Congratulations still and all the winners yesterday. But congratulations still for taking care of business. And again, and continuing to make me look very smart. Mike?
Hey, battle of 3009, I-35 showdown, whatever you want to call it. It went down last night, that's for sure.
No, it's the battle of 3009, boss. 3009 is it right there. That's a community rivalry right there. That's a community rivalry right there.
I wish, we talked about this last show. I love the idea of the field houses, but I wish they do away with them.
Yes.
You gotta go in somebody's backyard.
Yes.
You gotta go in a hostile environment and you gotta perform. Like home team should have home court advantage, right?
Yes.
And you got to come in there and that environment, oh my gosh. Like I wish we could get more of those, man, because that's an environment.
Hey, but real quick, let's pay a few bills. Let's talk about that Sportsplex and what you had going on this weekend, because you had a phenomenal weekend, I believe, right? Or you have one coming up. Which one is it?
We have a phenomenal closeout weekend coming.
And this is the ring into the new year, or what is it? What is it called?
This is Holiday Classic.
The Holiday Classic. There you go.
Yeah, ringing in the New Year is how we kick off 2025.
Ah, there you go. There you go. And I believe you got quite a few teams in there, representing not just San Antonio, but a few teams from the surrounding areas, correct? For this weekend?
We do. The surrounding areas do pretty good about coming and supporting San Antonio events. And so we've got some Del Rios, we got some Laredos, we got some Austins coming in town this weekend. And so for a small tournament that we're having, just 12 divisions, 50 teams, it's going to be a great competitive weekend.
Well, again, on an administrative note, just again, my some guys went up north and played, and one of their biggest complaints was that referee. So just make sure your referee's on point. That's a joke, by the way.
It's a big joke, and what I'll say to that is, refs are going to miss calls. Refs are going to get in their feelings, and it's coaches' jobs to continue coaching the boys and try to adjust and overcome. Sometimes it's harder than others in certain games. But I'll tell you, from having played nationally, there are definite bad experiences with officials everywhere. And so it's just a matter of adjusting.
And real quick, since we're talking about that topic, and I just want to kind of hit it real quick, what do you suggest the team is to do in that instance when they're having problems with the referee or referees at an event?
One, it depends on what the issue is. If it's involving safety to where it's not going to stop, I pull my team off of a court.
Okay.
If a ref if the ref won't adjust and the admin doesn't want to do anything, it's a tough spot for the tournament or league admin. to be in. But if it's just their judgment on calls that I don't necessarily agree with, you just got to turn. You got to have your basketball in your hand, and you got to turn and walk away a lot. You got to put more emphasis on the boys to try to adjust and just get through that game. Because at the end of the day, it's one game. Yeah, I know we're playing for something, but sometimes there are situations that some officials can make it bad. But I also understand that without officials, none of these leagues or tournaments happen.
Correct.
And
Correct.
so
It's just like
being that for me, having youth basketball is the greater good. I have to remember that, because without those officials, right? Good, bad, great, or indifferent, there's no youth basketball. I don't care what anybody says.
Correct. Same thing about coaching. I always say that.
Without parents,
yeah.
without youth basketball, parents, without referees, parents no longer can jump up out of stands and yell and scream. I saw it last night at a varsity game, and I'm sitting here thinking, do you not read the stuff that some of us post on Facebook? Your behavior in stands is gonna make people turn away from you. And so but yeah, officiating, it's one of those sensitive double-edged swords, brother.
Okay. Well, again, I just like to give that, we've been talking a lot of basketball lately, and we haven't really made sure we always touch on those topics, because again, those things like you just talked about, those things are or need to be at the forefront of what we're trying to do, and ensure that parents know that, yes, I get it. You want to, call the call right, and you want those things to happen. But at the end of the day, referees are human and they make mistakes. So unfortunately, they're not going to make every call properly. And I believe most coaches that coach high school basketball do a great job of keeping those referees in order. I believe. So I don't think sometimes we don't need the parents to add on, So, but again, that's why I don't referee. So I coaching.
The thing that's a trip, and I'll tell you the difference between parents and coaches. Coaches, before you see a coach completely like losing it, it's been a buildup that got that coach to that losing it point.
Right.
I've seen a parent 7 seconds into a basketball game didn't like that they thought a travel was missed and almost break their neck jumping about the bleachers screaming, "Oh my God, you're and I'm talking, and I'm not exaggerating. It was 7 seconds into the game and it was a travel. And parent jumped up, almost broke their neck, falling out of the bleacher to jump up and yell and scream at a ref. And so that's what I'll say is probably the biggest difference, where parents addressing refs versus coaches addressing refs. A coach finally starts losing it. It's a buildup, or there have been situations, because refs aren't always innocent. I love my refs, don't get me wrong, but they're not always innocent, where a ref has said something unprofessionally to a coach to make him snap off the hinge. And it doesn't make it right, wrong, or different. It makes him human just like everyone else. Coaches should be held to higher standard, refs should be held to higher standard, but we all have a point that we lose it. And so it's just one of those situations that we can only hope to make it better. I can't wait to launch what I'm launching in 2025. No, I'm not telling what it is right now, but I cannot wait to launch it in 2025 in an effort of just being better. That's the motto of 2025, being better.
Just being better. I love it.
1,000. Everybody says 1% better every day. Well, if you're 1% better every day, that means you're going to be perfect, less than half of the year gone by. I like 1,000%. That's 0.0001. If you do that and you're that much better every day, now you got some real room to grow, man.
I love it, man. I love it. But let's talk a little bit about what you guys got coming up over there as far as what Follow Through's doing. I love to give shouts out to those guys and what you're doing there with that program, because again, like I always say, you are a staple to the northeast side of San Antonio, to where though you have your reach all the way to Lavernia. We're talking Converse, we're talking Universal City, we're talking Shirts, Cibolo, New Braunfels, Marion. I missed that off of 78. Also just a little bit of Seguin. I remember you had a few kids that actually come there from Seguin. We're talking Garden Ridge, where the Davenport High School is at. and you were looking at what? Did I say Live Oak?
New Braunfels.
I said New Braunfels already. Live Oak. What else would I miss? And then going all the way into the city to where you're actually touching that Fort Sam Houston area, the Alamo Heights area. So again, that whole broad, Stone Oak also, that whole broad reach of the actual sportsplex. I like to give love and what they're doing over there. So let's talk about what you got going up here. I saw a flyer out there. You got some training coming up, I believe.
So nothing major going on with follow through other than transitioning and working to be better in 2025 and be stronger. Learning from the lessons of 2024, learning from the mistakes made in 2024, and taking all of that and applying it to a plan to be better in 2025. That's all follow through is doing right now.
Outstanding, man. Outstanding. And also Max Fit, what they got going on over there. What you talking about over there?
Man, Max Fit is banging. Like that room is jumping. 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That room is jumping. Folks don't even know what's back there. And so any athlete, any sport can come and get better for themselves to help them be better within their sport, within their craft. And so I'm making sure to put an emphasis in 2025 to promote MaxFit even more, because people don't know what's behind those doors. And so, yeah, it's a beautiful training facility. And I will go on record to say Alamo City All-Star Sportsplex, with our new enhancement of our MaxFit training area, is the best practice and training facility in this area, bar none.
Okay. Hey man, I can't argue that. I have a little gym facility that we have where I manage, and we don't have anything near MaxFit. So yeah, I'll second.
Hey Jerry, if you got something that might be better, by all means, please let us know, big guy.
Well, look, man, let's talk this high school basketball. So again, rankings will come out today, Wednesday. The show will air tomorrow. Rankings will come out today, though, and I think and I believe the first 5 all stay the same. If I'm correct.
The first 9.
First 9. Well, I always like to start with 5 first. Do 5 and then do another 5 and then so on. So that way, the people can. I don't throw so much down their throat about who the first 5 are, and they kind of, can digest it well with us. Because again, I threw the list out there, and we had a few people that kind of chime in, and I'm not gonna say no names. They chimed in, and I don't know, man. They try to talk about Clark. If you look at
why can't we say names? They put it public record. We as media have the ability to once they put public record out there, we are as media allowed to address it.
Because I want to get some.
So
likes
we've got a proud supporter.
I want to get some likes and views on my Facebook, man. That's why I want you going to my Facebook and read what people saying. That's why I want to get the likes and views on that.
That's why we got to say the name. That way they go look at who was talking.
Oh, listen, hey, he was the only one talking. Matter of fact, I got some time to spend some time with a coach today, and as I was spending that time with that coach, he said, I mentioned the rankings. He said, yeah, I saw that. Thank you again. And then he said, yeah. He said, oh, that started a little hornet's nest. I said, but I love it though, coach. I love the feedback. I love what people think. Because again, that's what it's all about. It's our voice of San Antonio getting out there. What's up? Go ahead.
The thing about it is, and like I told this individual last week when we did this song and dance, if you're gonna come with your opinion, have some form of fact behind it, because everything that we do, there is a method that can be backed up. And so he continued to entertain it. We tried to steer him off the ledge. He didn't want to listen. I gave him as kind of warning as I could. Like, do you really want to do this? Remember what happened the last time? Like, do you really want to come here with me again? And he chose to keep coming. Well, if you come into my kill zone, your mags better be loaded. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Tell people that all the time. Like, when it comes to stuff like this ain't something that we just wake up and just throw names out there. There is a method and there is data and a format and a structure that goes into how we've done everything that we've done.
Correct. Yes.
Some people just don't get it, and you know what? It's okay. You want to open up that can of worms? Cool. I'll entertain it. You might not like my entertaining, my rebuttal, and my comeback, but you opened up that door and asked for it. It is what it is.
Right.
Still love them, love
Right.
the support, but it is what it is at this point.
Exactly. And then real quick, just to kind of give an administrative note out there in reference to why North Side and I believe Northeast did not play was because of finals. So they did not play any games yesterday. But the other districts, the two districts did, i.e. District 29, they played, and I believe Wagner's in District 27. I think they played as far as the 5A. So those districts did play, and so we have an update, and that's why I said 1-5. So of course Brennan and Tony and Steele, Wagner and John Jay all stayed. Steele took care of business versus Clemens. That was our game of the week, and it wasn't as close, or it was close, to where as though Clemens had a chance to steal that game. What's your thoughts on that? Going into the fourth quarter, ending the third. At one time, they had a 7-point lead. What's your thoughts on that when it was 38-45, if you remember?
So first off, I don't think it would have been a steal. Yes, steal, touche, right, is number 3. But when you're talking backyard rivalries, right?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a steal, because that's a different type of adrenaline. That's a different type of energy that's pumping through the veins, for a game like that. Kind of like Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Giants, them games, right? Eagles, Redskins, Cowboys, Redskins.
Yeah.
Those type of games, it's personal, right? And
Correct.
So for me, Clemens winning that game would not have been a steal, because Clemens is a capable basketball team with a capable basketball coach. All the way up until 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, Clemens just couldn't close out the game. Unfortunately, if you don't box out and you don't make shots, it's going to be hard to beat a team of that magnitude, because still has ball players, still is a ball club that you can't make mistakes on. You can't give them opportunities to beat you. You gotta take their opportunities away. And until like 3-4 minutes in the fourth, Clemens was doing that. And then, man, that was just bad timing on, that stretch.
Well, the reason I say that, because it was anybody's game all 3 quarters. It was anybody's game. First quarter, they both scored 20. Second quarter, they both scored 9. The difference of the third quarter, one scored 13 and one scored 11. But again, it was still anybody's game. I believe we charted it. I think we had like 11 lead changes, to where, though, again, a game of that magnitude, and like you said, just to have what you had being played out was just a phenomenal game. And the only reason I thought that it was a steal was because of how Steele's been playing all season and how they've been taking care of everybody. And you're absolutely right when you say, hey, the magnitude of that game and these guys and the build up to it and being a backyard rivalry, I can see what you're saying. But man, I just thought coming to that fourth quarter, I thought Clemens had it. And then you saw that shift when that 3-pointer was made. The 2 big threes were made. I think Logan Gonzalez hit one, and I can't think of who hit the other one. But I know Logan hit one of them. Go ahead.
So for me, I don't think that was the shift. I think that was the icing. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the shift. The shift for me, and I watched the whole air come out the gym. Clemens finally knocked down a 3. Don't know the young man's name. Number 4 hit a 3 in the right corner. He hit a 3 in the right corner to tie the game up. And lo and behold, Steele came down and got a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. I watched the body language of not just the team, but the gym. And it was like, God dang, like, what do we got to do? But again, how did they get that 3-point play? They did not box out. They gave Steele like 3 opportunities. I'm sorry, you can't give a team of that magnitude 3-4 offensive opportunities. At some point in time, something's going to go their way. And their whole everything on that sequence, that was the one that for me just shifted. Clemens never recovered after that three made, and then that 3-point play they gave up, because it wasn't just the 3-point play, it was the way they got the 3-point play. Scrambles, and I'm sitting on the wall. Who wants it? Oh, they want it. Miss again. Oh, they want it. Like those 50-50 balls, you can't lose the 50-50 ball battle when you're playing against one of the top 5 teams in the city. You just can't.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Coach Bell had the same feeling and same words.
Right.
Probably a couple other words as well.
I'm sure he did. And then what we have? We have 6. And correct me if I'm wrong. Make sure I'm reading the right list. 6 to.
Let me help you. I got you.
6 to 10. We had a few. 6 to 10.
We had a few. 6 to 10. Only one change.
Okay.
Only one change.
And who was that?
We're allowed to talk about it right now.
We have to because the list goes out. Yeah, okay. The list goes out, so we got to let everybody know.
Love you, Coach Cantu, and love the Judson Rockets in the backyard. But they got to drop. They did not have a good night. They've actually not had a good couple of weeks. But last night was not pretty for those young men, and unfortunately, we had to shift them out of that top 10 spot. Congratulations, Davenport, moving on up.
Yeah, they had a tough loss to East Central, and I'm not trying to be I told you so guy, but I'm letting you know I went on the record and I told you that East Central group has a great guard play, and then that's when you always do your little saying. Go ahead and say it.
Guard play rules the world, but I'm gonna back up something you said. You ain't just said about East Central in the guard play. There's something else that you, along with coach, has been saying. There have been a couple of players that he's been waiting on to get back. Let's just say Mr. Myron was back in the building last night and he made a difference.
Yeah, listen, that young man, I watched him play when they played Antonian, and coach, shout out to Coach Raybon on his comment in reference to saying, I love playing Antonian, win or lose, because it's the best game that we play that gets us ready for district play. And sure enough, that was a game right before district, and lo and behold, he came out on all cylinders last night. I didn't see the game, so I'm not going to try to talk about it a lot, but it just, again, when I looked at the box scores, to see them put up the scores and the stats that he put up, it's impressive, man. That's 80 points. That's impressive. On a defensive team, that's impressive.
Like we said yesterday, it's gonna be some furniture movement. So there definitely was some furniture moving. Our game, our main course game of the week was, of course, the Battle of 3009. But we had some healthy appetizer games of the night going on last night too, Joan. Piper and Bernie Champion. That was a battle of number 12 and number 14. And Bernie Champion got him. Bernie Champion's having a great little run right now.
That was a good game watching them go play
Bernie on Saturday.
Shout out to Bernie's football team, because it was great that game got moved from Friday to Saturday. That allowed us to watch that game. So shout out to them. I know they didn't get a chance to advance, but again, it was good because that game was played on Friday, football game wise, that allowed us to see a great game between Bernie and Bernie Champions. And now that game matters. Every time they play each other, that game matters, because you're not talking about little brother playing big brother anymore. Now you're talking about an actual rival that's in their city, that's right down the street, So where it's like the 3009 deal, Judson and Steele. So, oh man, so to see that game,
I'm gonna tell you what. Only because I know the facility of Bernie, I gotta go to that next time they play. They played in Champion this past Saturday.
They did.
Bernie is like half the size of Champion. I gotta be in that building with them fans and them student sections when they play at Bernie. That's gonna be old school classic right there, man. But real quick, I missed one of the appetizer games of the night because they were in the top 5. One of our top 5 did play last night. Wagner played Vets. We forgot about Wagner and Vets. And Wagner did take care of their business, as data says they should have, and they did take care of Vets last night.
Right. We did overlook that. Yeah. That was That was a game that man, I wish it didn't come so early, or it wasn't on the same time that we were watching
Right.
the Steele and Clemens game, because I want
Right.
to see that game, and I just want to see how they adjust to where what game does Wagner just run out on everybody and just, oh my goodness, just get out and just do what they've been doing in these games I've been watching them play.
And don't get me wrong, all the coaches out here, all the districts do a phenomenal job. But like you were talking about with the adjustments, that's one of them heavy hitter chess play adjustment type of games, because you got Coach Pettis adjusting, trying to take the steam out of what Rodney's trying to do. You got Rodney trying to just steamroll and be a big old bully. Yes, Coach, I called you bully. Love you still. You my guy. But those, watching them making their chess moves, trying to get the other, man, those games we definitely love to see. It happened last night. They both were trying to find combinations, because Steele was trying to find combinations because he was throwing his punches and Clemens was coming right back at him.
Hey man, I loved it. I loved it. But real quick, I know it's not I'm not gonna call it advertising. We didn't get to see it, but shout out to Davenport. If I'm correct, 16-0.
16-0, Bo.
Right? Shout out to Davenport.
Taking care of business.
Taking care of business in the 4A. 4A classification, and they're doing a great job over there. Again, remember,
they steamrolling. They beat last night.
Yeah,
listen, I have a couple of guys that play for Divine, right? And they were hyped, because of the challenge. Yes. Yeah, they was hyped because of the challenge, bruh. 105-44, bro. That's
they broke the clock.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, the bad part for that game, and I mentioned it to you and you laughed at me. You were like, "No, E, stick to Steele and Clemens and let's just go enjoy ourselves." I said, "No, but one of the parents told me. That's the game." He was like, "No, E, just listen to me. Just come on. I'm glad I listened to you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad I listened to you, and I didn't go to that game because I would have been really, I would have been really disappointed. I've been disappointed.
Man, at this stage, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we got to see a great game. I want to give a shout out. Clemens has a freshman that's out there looking like a junior, senior, like, size-wise, strength-wise. Of course, he's going to grow. He's going to fill out. Don't get me wrong. But to watch that level of poise, that's not no easy environment, no easy game, no small jokers that he's going against. And the what's the word I'm looking for? Not gumption, just the attitude that he's got, like the fearless nature, like I don't care. And for me, I'm watching that and I'm like, damn, and this kid, not just a freshman, a true freshman, because in this day and age with everybody doing all this reclass and crap, I want to make sure to acknowledge our true people, right? You got a true freshman that's going at these guys, and they were going at him, Italy. All I gotta say is, Lord Jesus, 3 more years? Oh my God. I'm gonna just leave that one right there. But shout out to that true freshman that's in them waters, in them trenches, in the battle of 3009. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's gonna be something to watch these next couple of years, man. I won't put that out there.
Well, let's we finished the top 10, 15. Unfortunately, we got a chance to we didn't watch the game, but I got to see the box score. And my beloved Cole Cougars took an L to the newest team that made the rankings, where I'm not going to lie to you. I was hoping Cole proved me right and get those guys right on out of there. They would have joined and then got knocked right on out of there. But, hey, if you get a chance, go watch Cornerstone.
Hey,
because, again, Taps is taking care of business. Taps are taking care of business, people. Check them out. That's another Tap school. Go ahead.
I don't know that rapper, but hey, remember last week when we made the decision, which you helped us fill that last void, slot number 25, and we realized that Cole and Cornerstone was about to be playing. And I remember you was nervous for that when you like, man, because you knew if that went the other way, like, so again, there definitely was some furniture moving there. And so shout out to Cornerstone, taking care of that business, man.
Cornerstones is 15-1 now. So again, 15-1. And they're making sure they take care of their business, and they're doing another phenomenal job of a team that we didn't have nowhere knew anything about these guys. That's what I love about what we're doing, because again, it's starting to put shine and light on teams that no one's watching. No one's mentioning Cornerstone. I don't even think is Cornerstone anywhere on Max Prep's list also, Mike?
I tell you what, I feel like that answer is yes, and I think that's what made us look at putting them on there. Matter of fact, I know they're on Max Prep because Max Prep had 3 that we didn't have, and Cornerstone was one of the 3. Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
See, there you go. So, but they're 15-1. Took care of Cole. They did it in they did about 15, I believe, too. They did it by they're showing that how dominant they can be. So Cornerstone is one of the teams that just got on the watch list to where though, hey, we got to go over there and make sure we put eyes on those kids and make sure we give them some love, because TAPS is doing it again, man. TAPS is another TAP school rising to the top, same way St. Anthony's did. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. Any other teams that we need to bring out real quick? We need to talk about us on the top 25.
Nah, because the rest of the groups, the rest of the cats didn't play last night. So Churchill, South San, Brandeis, they did not play last night.
All right. So pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah, stayed the same.
Well, hey, real quick, shout out to Richard DeLeon. Couldn't be part of the show today because he had some stuff going on and due to work. But he did send his hello. He's here. And he just wanted to make sure he let everybody know he's taking care of some business and he's in the back doing what he's doing. So let's go straight to Michael Daniel. Can't make this up segment.
Oh man, I got a couple of them.
Go ahead, man. We got time. We actually on time today.
Can't make this up for this week is you sure you want me to do this today? Because you know I'm getting ready to go.
Again, man, unfortunately, we have to. This has to be part of the show. That again, man. I'm dreading, but hey, we gotta do it.
All right, can't make this stuff up for the week. To my grown men out there, right? There's ways to conduct business, and then there's ways to just you have an issue that's already been addressed. You mess up as a grown man, don't bring up something that happened 3 months ago. It don't look good at all. All it's really going to do is piss off the individual that's calling you out. We make mistakes. We human. That's what human beings do. But I'm a digress and I'm gonna move forward because you don't get me. I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave that piece right there.
Yeah, I just wanna just kind of
But I will say this, and I don't mean this. I'm no Billy Bob Bad Apple, but at the end of the day, don't mistake my kindness, my role in what I'm trying to do in this community. Please remember, at the end of the day, I'm a man. There's certain things that I'm just not gonna tolerate. And so with that being said, I want to get off that because I want to give shout out. You said the young man's name was Mr. Rice that came up to me last night.
Yes.
Big shout out, man. Guy made me feel good last night. Like, came and thanked me and thanked us for the stuff that we're doing with the podcast. man, we just trying to show love. That at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is show love. Right now, we're in high school basketball season. So we're trying to show love to as many schools and kids as we possibly can. In a few months, it'll be AAU time. We'll be trying to show love to as many clubs as we possibly can, but that felt real good to know that like people are really watching the show. People are listening, hearing, and I tell people all the time, man, if y'all got something y'all want us to talk about and address, man, shoot us that info. We love the feedback. You know what I'm saying? We love the feedback. I even love when people have their opinions, but just understand when you have your opinion, if you try to negate our opinion, because see, you can have your opinion, but when you try to make it like we wrong and just dead wrong, it's two left church shoes, please be careful, because you might make me show that you was wrong as two left church shoes on a Friday after the club. So, but we love the feedback. We love the support. We really love what we do. Like, I enjoy waking up, going and looking up all my data, checking all my data, looking up, okay, can I add a team? Can I move a team? We love this. And Friday night, big night. Kids gonna be done with finals, last game before going into that break. Good luck to these student athletes that's getting ready to get it in before this Christmas break.
Yes, and Friday, I gotta get on the road. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to watch any games because I wanted to definitely see that Steele and East Central game. And I know I'm supposed to give love to the 5A classification, but I wanted to see that game, see how it played out. Let me know how that district's going to kind of level itself out as far as who's playing what and who's going to do what. Because right now, those two would be the two top schools that's kind of battling for that first place. Just the way they're both taking care of business. So I'm gonna find a way to sneak and come watch that game because I got to hit to Dallas that day. But man, that's gonna be a good game Friday. But
who you taking? Who you got in that game?
So again, you're asking me loaded questions and listen, hey,
we the media. I gotta ask you that question.
I know. And since I've been wrong so many times, I want to be right so bad. I'm just gonna say the team just scores the most points. No, I'm gonna go on the leg. I'm gonna do it.
Certified professional.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
gonna politician, do it.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. I'm going Steele by 7 in that game.
You're going Steele by 7?
Yeah, and 7 in that game. And the funny part is
I love an underdog. I love an underdog, and just for sake, I love Steele. Don't get it twisted. For the underdog's sake, and because I know that them boys gonna be ready to play and revved up to play, I'm taking East Central.
But hold on,
where are they playing? Are they playing in Steele, or are they playing in the Hornets' Nest?
East Central. They're going to the Hornets' Nest.
They're playing at the Hornets' Nest. I'm taking East Central.
I'm not doubting y'all. Listen, I can't say they're the best school. They're one of the top schools. When I come there, they give me a lot of love. They give me a lot of, hey, coach, wherever you want to go, blah, blah. So I'm not doubting y'all. Coach Raybon, I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting. Hey, man, you done proved me wrong too many times. Matter of fact, I owe Kermit a dang on steak dinner. So, hey, but I just think, yeah, I almost steak dinner because I got it wrong last year because he told me East Central was going to make the playoffs. And I said no.
Steak dinner on this one? Because I'm going to tell you what. Myron's back. He got his football boys back. They in the Hornets' nest. They in the Hornets' nest.
Do another game. Do another game.
But you already took Steele, so it suits.
No, I'm not betting on
that. Already.
No, I don't. Listen, you ain't tell me I was gambling. I'm not betting on no dang. I don't bet on East Central anymore. I learned my lesson. Hey,
you don't bet against East Central anymore. You don't bet against East Central anymore.
I don't bet for them, on them. I don't have nothing. If you say bet East Central than that, I'm not doing it. I learned my lesson.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. All right.
Still
gotta go into that Hornets' Nest. That Hornets' Nest is gonna be buzzing and hungry. I'm taking East Central.
Okay.
I'm taking East Central in the Hornets' Nest. Okay. And I might, if I don't go out of town, I might pop up in that joint.
Okay. Like I said, I'm trying my best. to find a way to make that game this Friday. But hey, real quick, it is a question. It's not really a question, but a comment that one of our viewers did say in reference. And they're asking, for the most part, does high school coaches, should they or do they attend 10 games, and the ones who do, should they attend more games? What's your thoughts on that? And I do have a professional opinion
when
on
you
that.
say high school coaches attend games, like hold on, what like
The
do they go, when
AAU
they go
games.
scout?
No, AAU games.
Oh,
AAU games.
I know several
Summer.
high school coaches that have hit me in the summertime.
Uh-huh.
Uh
So what's your
Now, are
thoughts
you
on that?
talking about do they go watch their kids in high school on their club teams?
Yes, yeah. Like for example,
There are several coaches that do, yes.
Okay. And what's your thoughts on that?
So for me, we talked about this a few months ago because there seemed to have been a dissension, or not dissension, a segregation, a separation of AAU coaches versus the high school coaches. And I said that's the dumbest thing ever, because at the end of the day, if you're coaching a kid that's in high school basketball, you have to have a relationship with their high school coach, because one, you need to know what is that coach expecting of this kid for next year, because you might be doing this one thing for this kid that ain't gonna get him no love when he goes back to school in October, November. And so I think it takes a village, right? I don't think there should be a, man, you ain't in high school anymore. No, 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 no. I think if we're truly trying to take care of the kids, there's got to be a balance somewhere, right? Of course, doing what we do on a club side, but having the respect of, hey, this kid's getting ready to try to win a state championship, try to make playoffs, try to win district, with this coach here. I think there's got to be a balance. So the same way that us club coaches go and watch high school games, yeah, if you've got a superstar, right? If you got players that are with the club team, go see what they're doing. I think the hand in hand, I think it's got to go hand in hand, Etali.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, I don't know. Remember, I'm still new to this. I'm just giving me my thought and theory of a perfect world, a perfect environment, us doing all that we can to take care of these ball players. I think it's got to go hand in hand. The same way the club got to find out, hey, what do you want from little Johnny, so I can do my best within my system to make sure he's ready to come back for you next year. I think Coach Johnny has got to be out there, just seeing, okay, oh damn, this is what he looks like in this light. Maybe I can, you know what I'm saying? I think it's gotta,
No,
I think
again,
it's
I
gotta
love
be,
it.
I think it's gotta be some compromise somewhere, because at the end of the day, all we care about is these kids. And we have to work together. It takes a village. It ain't gonna be the high school that does it. It ain't gonna be just a club side that does it. It's gonna be us that does it.
Right.
From the high school coach to the club coach to the trainer that the kid goes to on his own time for his weights, his whatever they. It's got to be all of us. We can't be fighting each other if we're truly about the kid. We've got to work together to give that kid the best chance possible. That's just my thought.
No, and I think that's the thought to where though we both see the same views, because we had multiple conversations about this, and again, well said. Because for me, and I just talk about me when I was the actual high school coach in AAU, I've always said it. The high school coach does not need to really go as hard for knowing the AAU coach. And the reason why is because he has the kid 8 months out of the 12 months. So since he has them, it's more or less the AAU coach responsibility to go to to the high school coach and say, hey, coach, what do you have little Eric working on that he needs to get better on for the next 5 months? Because I have him for 5 months, and then I'm gonna work with him. And I'm gonna give him some skill set stuff throughout the year. But for the most part, for the 5 months I do have him, what do you want from him? Because think about it. Even in my time of having him as the AAU coach, there's a break. The high school coach get him back in June. So why am I going to hurt the kid and be the coach that has a problem with I'm the AAU coach and I have a problem with the high school coach, and I'm going saying, I can do it better. I can do it better. Maybe I could, but at the same time, that's not what it's about. Like you said, it's about the kid. The kid has to be confident in both of our systems. To whereas though, if I want to show how many points he can put up, great. But for you, Michael Daniel, who's the high school coach, you want him to be a true point guard, then hey, let's do that. I gotta let little Eric know, hey, when you play for me, you won't score. When you play for Coach Daniel, you're going to be a facilitator. So I got to make sure I'm giving, and I'm making sure I'm doing this. But when he comes to you, I'm echoing what you're saying. So I agree with you. Both coaches have to be on the same sheet. Both coaches have to make sure there's a community village feel about it all, because if it's not, then all you're going to do is just like having two parents. Then one say they want you to clean your room, the other one say you ain't got to clean your room. Who you think the kid going to listen to? The one he can be the laziest with. And
Right.
that's what we got to make sure as AAU in high school. There's no laziness in this athlete, because a student athlete needs to be that, a pure student athlete to play at his prime. He has to be the best athlete. We're trying to out there shop him around to get him the best opportunities to go to play next level basketball, regardless of what school he goes to. It doesn't matter if he goes to play for Palo Alto to Villanova. It doesn't matter. It's levels and lanes. But our job is to get them prepared for that. Go ahead.
And so to our supporters, I want to explain my passion. I'm like I keep telling everybody, I've been around basketball, but the training side, this coaching side is new. And so my 26s, this is my first high school bunch. This is my first rodeo going through this high school deal, with high school ball players. E's had high schoolers for years, and all my other gurus, that I talk to have been around this for years. This is my first go around. So you damn Skippy, I'm gonna be passionate. I'm gonna try to do everything I can. Am I gonna get it right all the time? Hell no. I screwed up last year and missed the damn gas. So not paying attention to the dates and whatnot. And so it's just my passion. Like, I've got a bunch that has a phenomenal opportunity, and just finding out everything that I possibly can do to ensure they have that opportunity for the next level. The reality of the next level, because again, there's levels and lanes. That next level ain't for everybody, and some of us have to be honest with these kids and stop giving false hopes, dreams, and selling these pipe dreams to these folks. And so that's just my passion, folks. That's all. I apologize for it, but I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry for it, because the passion is because of the kids. My 26s, I've had them since the end of their 7th grade year, and this is my first group that I'm gonna watch graduate, and so it means something to me. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little passionate behind these guys. Yes, I am.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because to me, you got it right. You have a relationship with all the coaches for every kid that you coach. I've seen you talk to Coach Jaworski. I've seen you talk to Coach Allen. I've seen you talk to who was it? It was somebody else that we had on the show that knew you had players on his team. Who was
Coach
it?
Jackledge.
Yes. So again, with that, and you knew and you understood that, hey, listen, I wanted to make sure I'm doing everything right for this kid. And I'll give you real quick a funny story. There's been a few coaches who tried to coach my nephew, Mr. Livingston, when he was growing up. And I remember Coach, we were just joking. I didn't know he was joking. I thought he was serious. He wanted to coach James. And this is kind of how I wound up coaching him his last season. But that coach, came to me and we were all talking. He's like, yeah, man, James shoots the ball really well. I said, yeah, he does. He's pretty good. He said, yeah, I'm going to make him a shooter. So, time out. No, you're not. I went ahead and intervened in that. Was like, no, we're not going to do none of that. And that's why that's one of the reasons I kind of wound up coaching that young man, because I knew what a coach can too, and what Coach Isaac wanted from James, and him just being a shooter wasn't one of the things. So for me, I made sure I talked to those coaches. The same thing for the twins, the Nash twins. I went to Coach Hub and made sure, hey, what do you want from them? What are you looking for? What are we trying to transform them into? I'm not trying to transform them into anything, Coach. Just make them point guards. Make them be the point guards that they're trying to be. And that's what I got. Same thing for Randy Marshall out there when he played for Coach Lee for Roosevelt. Same thing, man. That relationship for me and the coaches was there. So,
and I made
sure I relate every message that I had a conversation with the coach real quick to their parents. So I didn't just tell the players. I talked to parents, and there's not one parent that don't know that me and their coaches were talking. I made sure of that part. Go ahead. What you got? Even my favorite friends in New Braunfels. Go ahead.
Those coaches, when we reach out to them, they appreciate it, because they like being a part of the process, because there's a stigma separation between high school coaches and club coaches, right? Yes. So when you actually reach out to these high school coaches and you're having real conversations for real reasons to make better for the child, they appreciate that, man. They really do. You know,
yes.
they will willingly share information, share data, share the vision, you know, and believe it or not, the two of you together, hey, well, coach, I know that you have this vision. What are your thoughts on this? Because during this, he did this. Hey, you know what? And that's where, you come together to, again, it's all about making the best plan possible for that ball player, that student athlete. And I ain't gonna lie, I love it, man. I get a kick out of it. I do.
Well, that's the funny part about that relationship that you're talking about. You got to have that relationship, and if that relationship's not there, man, because think about it, our community is much smaller than the football community. Think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, at most, I haven't seen a high school team more than 11 kids, but the most we're gonna carry AAU wise is 11. Now, then high school's gonna carry a few more, but again, that high school is a lot smaller community for basketball than it is football. So, you know, that's why we got to work together better. And I think we're doing a great job. You know, that's why I think our basketball in our city is getting better. You know, since I've been here for the first time, I've seen a team ranked in ESPN that's from San Antonio. So I haven't paid attention to it until, my boys 24 got in high school, but I never seen them a team ranked from San Antonio. I could be wrong, but I've never seen it. So I think our basketball overall is getting better. It's getting better. So hey man, let's wrap this up. Unless you have something else you want to chime in about.
No, I'm ready to go to closing thoughts.
All right, man. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
My closing thoughts. It's a two-part closing thought. Get it out the way now, so I don't have to come back when you're done. First thing, to our student athletes out there, take care of your business this week in finals. If any of you are behind, get with your teachers now. Don't wait till that damn report card comes out over the Christmas break and you find out you're ineligible and trying to get your coach to make them. Advocate for yourself now. Go take care of your business before you leave that kid, before you play your Friday night game. Make sure that your ducks are in a row. Have a conversation with your teacher. Make sure that you are good. That way you guys can come back the second half of this district season and be ready to rock and roll, right? That's the first part. Second part, happy holidays from me representing the Alamo City All-Star Sportsplex, me being a proud supporter of Super Sports Media. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Time is something that you cannot get back. Understand that time is something that you cannot get back. Take this break, enjoy your break, enjoy your loved ones, whomever that may be, and just have a great holidays, man. That's all I got.
Oh man, it's great. Mine is very simple, man. Very simple. Final thoughts to all the players. I need you to put in 30 minutes of work every day. 30 minutes of work every day. You have 7 days a week. You got 365 days. You do that for a year, you'll be a phenomenal basketball player. You'll be the best player in your gym. Hands down. 30 minutes. You can take a run. You can do ball handling, whatever you need to do. Just do for sure minimum. Just do for sure minimum 30 minutes. Ball handling, 30 minutes a day for 365. I bet you'll be one of the best ball handlers there is. Go run for 12 minutes. Go run. I bet you'll be in shape. You will be in shape. Run on. A player asked me, do I run? Do I run on game days? Yes, you run on game days. Yes, you run on game days. There's nothing wrong with running on game days. You just don't have to run the fastest, but you can run on game days. You can run on game days. But work out for 30 minutes a day. Find a way to work out. Ball handling and actual workout. Running, lifting weights, or whatever you need to do. But do that for 30 minutes every day. I know it sounds crazy. I know I didn't really give you a lot of structure with it. But again, find the workout 30 minutes a day. That's all. That's all. Like Mike said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. You will see us, but you won't see us as a show capacity. You will see us, but you won't see a full show. We will do something over the holidays, but it won't be an actual show. And I thank you for all your support. Now let Mike close with the like, subscribe, and share. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, it don't cost a dime to be kind. That's for my boy Richard DeLeon that couldn't be with us today. And it costs nothing to like, subscribe, and share Super Sports Media, Hoops Talk with the Talking Heads.
Thank you again.
Have a blessing, folks.